Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athlete. Yeah. Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
Better follow me.
Follow us, the BLPA, on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everyone. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me start over. Hold on. Welcome to the most positive sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, we're back. We missed a week. I'm here with my buddy Jason. Jason, what's going on?
What's going on, Nick?
You know, just living life. Living the life of an international beer league playboy. That's my lifestyle, and that's how I live it. And we'll talk about that lifestyle. Well, yeah. Oh, you have to. You just have to.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that lifestyle and a bunch of other things on today's show. It's going to get gritty, just like the best mascot in the NHL. But first, this show is brought to you by HockeyWolf.com. Ow, 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 ow!
Ow, ow, ow!
Listen, HockeyWolf.com, my friends up in the Pacific Northwest, but they'll ship anywhere that you are. If you just want a great deal on hockey equipment, you want to support badass beer league companies, Hockey Wolf is the place to support because they're beer leaguers just like you and me. They play a bunch of hockey, so they make a bunch of teamwear. They make jerseys. They sell all the major brand equipment. They have some badass CCM gloves that are States. I tried to talk them into doing Eagle gloves that are States, and they told me not a fucking chance. Not because they don't like Eagle, just because they got all these CCM gloves. But go check them out and tell them you came from the BLPA. HockeyWolf.com. Ow, 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 ow!
Ow, 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 ow!
All right, so there is a lot on the docket today. We missed last week. It's busy. I said I'm International Beer League Playboy. I got things going on. Old Jay's got things going on, and so we just missed. Why did we miss last week?
I don't know that I have a good answer why we missed. I have been crazy busy with work. I think we talked about recording, and then we were just like, just never got around to it.
You know what? We need a producer, like a third person. Yeah. We've been talking about this, but a producer that knows what they're doing, not just some fucking, Tom, Dick, or Harry or Susie. Well, it can be a female. I don't mind. That can come in and they can be the third person. And then if one of us can't record because we're busy, we have a third. But they have to know how to do things like edit and that kind of stuff. Like, really what I want is I want someone with a personality that's hilarious, is almost as good looking as us.
Like us.
Yeah. Almost as good looking as us. We don't want them to be better looking than us. I know it's hard to do, but there are people that are better looking than us. That's just a fact of the matter. And sure, yeah. I want them to be able to do editing and stuff so we can record and I can just send it to them and they can worry about the editing and making it sound nice. That's what we need. And guess what? It's all for volunteer, like no pay. That's a good gig. You'll get to get out in front of the masses.
Like, who wouldn't want to do that?
Exactly. We do it. We love it. Right?
Yeah.
People recognize us. They listen to us. You get a little notoriety. And listen, eventually when we're big, when we're doing all these live shows and people are just fucking throwing money at us, all these big comps, then we'll pay. But help us become big, Come along for the ride. Yeah, it's way funner to build it and then reap the rewards rather than not do shit and then try to come in and get some reward after it's already built.
100%. Get in at the ground level.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's why we didn't record last week, because we didn't have a producer, basically. So we're putting the blame on them already. So I hope they're ready to accept the responsibility when they really join the show.
Yeah, fuck that guy or girl. I already hate them for making us stuff last week.
We could find a stunt person, and they just go out and do all the weird stuff that we talk about doing, but they can be the person that does that.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, I like this.
Maybe we find a college.
I think we can find somebody.
Oh yeah, maybe college age. We can reach the kids, right?
Yeah.
Shaping the minds of America's youth. That's what we do here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we need someone to keep us in touch with that group, because me and you we're not that. Well, we're not those people.
I feel like I'm pretty in tune.
We are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty in tune with the college kids. I don't know why I wouldn't be.
Well, all I know is I said we're Gucci the other day, to say we're good. Yep. And somebody told me the kids don't say that anymore. So I was apparently I missed the boat.
What do they say? What's good now?
I don't know. That's I was like, oh, what should I say? And they're like, well, just don't say that. And I'm like, that doesn't help me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to continue saying it until someone tells me what the more appropriate word is now.
I mean, we did all the bougie jerseys in LA, and so what? That's Louis. Would that work? We're Louis,
That's
all Louis.
Yeah, I like that one.
You know, we're all Louis.
All Louis.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Dolce. We're all Dolce. All Dolce, baby. Yeah. I don't know. We're trendsetters, so we don't even have to listen to what other people say. We can just do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, maybe we should make it a hockey. Like, well, all Bauer here. All Bauer. You know?
Wouldn't yours be all Eagle?
Yeah. Well, hey, how you doing, bud? All Eagle over here, bud. All Eagle. I think that's the way to go. I mean, because we're speaking a specific language that only beer leaguers understand. And you know it's not a cool language when people that aren't beer leaguers, like when the NHL guys start saying, oh, I'm all Eagle, we'll be like, oh, shit, fuck, we got to change it up. You know?
Yeah.
That's basically
exactly.
It. So
I like it.
So what's going on with you this week, my man?
Man, I'm living that true beer league bachelor lifestyle. My wife and my daughter are on a cruise with my wife's parents for the whole week, and my son is at his mother's house this week. So it is just me in the house this week, and I'm not complaining.
You have friends on all day, don't you?
The Office.
I thought you were a Friends guy too.
No,
I
am for sure. So if The Office isn't on, Friends, I drop back to Friends. It would be my next go-to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, last time I was at your house, it was just all Friends during the day, and then Office kicked on at night when you had to change the mood, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's it.
Sweet. Well, I mean,
speaking of Hockey Wolf, though, last week was my birthday, and
happy birthday
my dad
to you.
said, what do you want for your birthday? Appreciate it. And my dad said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, a Hockey Wolf gift card, and that's what he got me. So I'll have another pair of States gloves coming in here pretty soon.
That's what I'm talking about. See, we're supporting the people that support us. Supporting the people that support us.
And speaking of birthdays,
yeah,
I think someone's is coming up on Tuesday.
Oh, stop. Yeah, it's me. Happy birthday!
Do we know who that is?
Okay. Yeah, that's me. Super Tuesday, 2/22/22 on a Tuesday, so it's Super Tuesday.
Right.
I know we have some BLPers that share my birthday, but I don't know if any of them are turning the big 40 on that day.
Ooh, 40.
Yeah, 40, yeah. And you know what? Like, it's not.
How you feeling about that?
I don't really mind the age. I mind that my body knows that it's that age. So it's just like, yeah. Well, listen, I know in his mind he doesn't. He's sharp as a fucking tack. But you know what? It's 40. We're checking out. All my muscles are saying that right now. And I literally, I just had to go have stress test, ultrasound, all this whole battery of tests for my health. And I'm like, I'm 40. I went and had a stress test, and I went in there, and I was literally the youngest person in there by 25 years. I'm looking around, and I'm like, are all these other motherfuckers 40? This guy looks 80. He can't be 40. And so I did it. And I'm on this treadmill. I don't know if you know what a stress test is, but they hook you up. Sorry, speaking of age, I'm eating a chewable Tum right now because my tummy's hurting. Let me get through it here. There it is. All right. So they basically go in that you get naked. They shaved some patches in my fur so they could put some chest stickers on to measure my heart. And then they hook you to an IV, and then they take you to a treadmill, and they say, yeah, can you walk on a treadmill? I'm like, look at me, bud. Yeah, I can walk on a treadmill. I'm an athlete. All right. Yeah. And they say, okay, well, the most we can do, we need you to get, so far it's a 15-minute test. You think you can do this for 15 minutes? I'm like, fucking crank it up, bud. And so they get you up there, and it's just a slow walk. They're just it's a slow walk. And I'm there, and I'm 5 or 6 minutes in, and I'm like, okay. And they raise the incline a little bit, and she's like the lady was like, why are you here? I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I here? She's like, why are you getting this test done? I'm like, I'm 40. All right. I'm a man. I'm 40. And she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And my doctor basically told me to come do it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And she's like, okay, it's been like 9 minutes. We need to get your heart rate up to this level. It's not getting up there. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm a fucking superior human being. I don't know what to tell you about it. I'm like, crank it all the way up to the top and turn it up as fast as it can go. I'll get my heart up there. Basically, I went the whole 15 minutes. They barely got my heart rate to 150. And then they took pictures of my heart, and I got the results back just 2 days ago. Basically, my heart's all good at 40 years old. The only thing I have mild signs of plaque, which is expected in a 40-year-old diabetic. And I said, I'm not 40 yet. They said, it's fine. We'll just, exercise. Basically what they told me is if I wasn't fat, diabetic, and had a bad back, I'd be the perfect human being. So.
Okay.
I mean, so
you're almost there.
Yeah. I mean, I just got to get skinny, get a new pancreas and a new back, I guess. And then I'll be the perfect human being.
Yeah.
So, but no, there were our battery tests. They haven't figured out what's wrong with my tummy yet. That's a bad part. And they're like, we don't know. Like, you're not lactose intolerant. We tested you. We just don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of been abated here. Like, basically what I have to do is I have to wake up in the morning, and right when I wake up, I have to eat a banana. If I do that, fine. If I don't eat the banana, I'm fucked. So weird.
Interesting.
So
yeah. So I turned 36, not quite the milestone for you, but I do remember last year, like on my birthday at 35, my back just started hurting, and it hasn't stopped.
Wow.
So I thought this year, 36, what's it going to be? But I guess my body was like, this isn't really a milestone. So like no new changes yet. See in a few years.
My back was 28. As a matter of fact, when my back started fucking up. Yeah. It's just, I got in a car wreck when I was young, a pretty bad one. And so, so I think it just kind of caught. And I played so many sports, and I never took care of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're in college playing baseball and you have a pain, you're like, fuck it, whatever. Like, I'm not icing it. I'm not stretching it. It's just, it'll go away by tomorrow. And it did. And so just that. And I remember my dad telling me, like, when I was young, like, hey, if you don't take care of all this stuff now, if you just keep, being willy-nilly, with your body, then when you're my age, and I was like, fuck, you don't know what you're talking about, bud. You weren't an athlete like me. But it turns out my dad was a pretty good athlete. And he was right. And I wish I would have listened to him. And I got a pretty good idea. I'm going to say the same thing to Coop, but he's probably going to be dancing and not being, playing hockey, but whatever. And I think I'm going to say the same thing to Coop. And then probably in 20 years, he'll be on a podcast saying, my dad used to tell me this all the time. And now guess what? So anyway, yeah, my birthday.
It won't be a podcast. It'll be something new.
Yeah, well, it'll be like he thinks it, and it just automatically goes into the brains of people that are following him, automatically.
Something crazy like that.
But for my birthday, I need gifts. And this is one of the gifts that I'm thinking about. Did you see this video on I've been tagged in it. I don't know how many times. It's been shared with me hundreds of times for sure. And it's like leopard print eagles. And people are basically,
I have not.
Yeah, people are basically saying, I already have the snakes for Sunday. I need the leopards for Saturday. Okay. And it works.
I like it.
It works because I'm fast as fuck, boy. So I wear those.
Yeah.
I wear those, and it's not gonna make me slower. It's gonna make me even faster, and then I'm gonna be a handful for teams. So I've been thinking about asking for those.
At what point do they start asking you not to play because you're too good?
Well, I mean, it would be me, right? Like, I'd have to ask myself not to play. So, and I'm probably not going to do that unless my back hurts or my knee
or your ankle or your leg or all the other issues
whatever ailments a 40-year-old man in almost decent physical shape can have, I'm going to have them. And if those preclude me from playing, then I will. But until then, I'm just gonna be fast as fuck, boy, on the ice, And then another thing that I'm thinking about wanting is, today I spent 2 hours shoveling snow. About I don't know if it's a foot, but it felt like a foot of snow. Like, it was a lot of fucking snow. And I'm out there just fucking giving her, bud, like, because I know my heart's good. I can fucking go all fucking day with this ticker now. And that's how most people die in Canada. Right. Like, when they switch over to snow season, they start fucking shoveling. They just fucking, cardio out. And Then fucking next door neighbor, I'm almost done. Next door neighbor, fucking his garage door lifts. Out comes a fucking John Deere tractor with a plow, and he fucking knocks his out in 10 minutes. So I'm thinking that's the next thing I'm asking for my birthday, a little John Deere rider. You know, I'll spring for the plow. You guys get me the tractor. I'll buy the plow accessory. So that's one. And then the last one would be just a little subscription, rate and review of this podcast. So any of those three will do. A share maybe, and maybe buy a VIP box.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, you're a VIP box guy.
Yeah, I am for sure. I'm excited for the second one. But I'll say this: I want to go back to the shoveling of snow for a second.
Yep.
I don't want to brag, but it's like 65 here right now. Probably after this podcast, I'm gonna take a little nap, and then I'm probably gonna go wash my car because it's pretty nice outside.
Yeah.
So for your birthday, instead, you could just move somewhere where there's not a foot of snow.
Yeah, I could. Listen, you can buy that Ride-em lawnmower for me for $2,000 to buy a house somewhere else, probably a couple $100,000. So I'm just trying to, not ask for the moon.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So, and as we grow, we're going to have, vacation condos around the world. When we have BLP HQ in Hawaii, I'll just go there in the winter. BLPA HQ, in the Mediterranean, when we're just out there, the Maldives.
Yeah, me, you, and the producer.
And that's
wherever
we have to. That's where we record from. Anyway, it is my birthday. Thanks to everybody. And actually, we have a mailbag, bunch of mailbag questions, and there's a question about birthday in there. So we'll answer that one at the end. But what I want to talk about right now, is we just opened a brand new tournament. Brand new. You know where it's at?
All right. Let's hit it.
Buffalo.
I don't.
Buffalo.
Oh, up there with old Danny boy.
With Danny vibes, Buffalo. And listen, it's been out for 2 days, and we're like 3 away from selling out a 4-teamer. I think we're going to have to bump her up to 6.
All right. When is it?
It's Labor Day weekend. So you get an extra day to travel.
I don't
September.
I don't know when that is.
September 3rd, 4th, and 5th, somewhere right around there. Labor Day weekend.
Okay, that's my mom and my first baby mama's birthday.
There we go. There we go. So you don't need to even be in town. You can just go play hockey and to honor them.
Just get out.
Yeah, just honor them with your hockey skills. And so you guys come to. I'm working on a couple secret ones. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, because I don't have them nailed down, and I think people will be super super duper excited if I say them now, and then if I can't make it happen, I'll feel like shit. So.
Okay. Well, just text me later so that I'll know.
Yeah, for sure I will. And speaking of super duper excited, if you're not a VIP box member, I thought it was going to be in month number 3, but it's not going to be in month number 3. It's going to be in month number 4. But there's something coming in this box in month number 4 you'll never be able to get anywhere else. We won't ever make any more.
All right.
Just won't do it. And if you're in this box that gets this thing, every time someone sees you and you have this on you, with you, they're going to know that you are truly an OG VIP. So I would say subscribe now. I mean, we're like 3 away from 100, which is pretty good for our first couple months.
Yeah.
My goal is to get in 6 months to get to 250. So and then 9 months, 500. That's my personal goals. And if we get to them, it'll be insane. If we get to the 250, we're going to go Randy, myself. Well, maybe Randy. If Randy wants to go, I don't know if he'll want to go, but if he wants to go, he can go. We're going to go to the metropolis or the city center, biggest, closest city, I guess, of the people with the most representation in the box. And we're going to throw a free VIP only party. It's going to be crazy. Okay. That's at 250.
All right. So what you're saying is I need to get some Nashville people on board so that they can just be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And who knows what we'll do. If it's during NHL season, we'll go to an NHL game and we'll get fucking drunk. NFL, it'll be fun is all I'm saying. If we get to 500,
I dig it.
If we get to 500, it's a free VIP Dex.
Okay.
So what we'll do is, this is in my mind, this is what we'll do. For every month that you've been a VIP supporter, you'll have an entry. And then we'll draw from that 500, we'll draw 84 names. So out of 500, so you'll have a better than a 1 in 10 shot, right? Better than 1 in 8, right?
Yeah.
Well, right about 1 in 8.
Yeah.
So that's the goals for the VIP box to get up there. And I think once we start hitting those 200, 250, like we've already got companies saying, oh, we want to get involved. We just want to see a little bit, more exposure on them. So I'm like, okay.
Right.
If that's what you want, that's what I'm going to give you. And so, but I wanted the cool thing to be in month number 3, but I don't think we're going to get them in time. But month number 4, it's going to be in there. And I think it's going to fucking rock people's socks off. I think.
All right. Well, then what I heard was get in now so that you get more entries when we get to the 500, and you get a free dex out of it, hopefully.
Yeah, and the party, just everyone's invited, right? Like you can just come and show up.
Right. Yeah.
But we're gonna base the party on where the most representation of the boxes are. So like if it's in Nashville, then we'll show up in Nashville, and if you're not in Nashville, you can come, but you gotta get there. So
yeah, I dig it.
So yeah, so that's basically. I've been pretty stoked with the VIP boxes. I mean, my wife does all the work, which is nice. So it's been pretty easy on me. I just have to drive them to the post office.
It's a nice plus for you.
It is. It's always nice to have a wife that'll do labor for free. But if we get to 500, I'm gonna have to start paying her. Shit. Let's get to $4.99.
I think so.
$4.99. Yeah. We got that free dex coming. Okay. It's time for our newest segment. Hold on. Let me see if I want to see. Hold on. I don't like that. Nope. Don't like that. Can you hear these? Jason?
I can't.
You can't?
I cannot hear them.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. Did you hear that?
Got it.
Okay.
Yep. Got that.
I'm just trying to see if we need an intro for Why You So Pissy. Here, this is all I got. Why are you so pissy? Why are you so pissy, bud?
First off, that's a great intro. I love it.
Thank you.
That was kind of ad hoc, and I think you did a great job there.
Thank you. I'm a professional.
The reason I am so pissy, this week is all around ringers, but it's probably not the conversation that you think I'm going to have when I say I'm pissy about ringers. What I'm pissy about is the amount of bitching that comes from everyone and who gets labeled a ringer. I was in a game recently and I scored a goal and it was an okay goal, I thought. But I was told, this was in a D-League game, I was told as I was going to the bench that I was a fucking B-leaguer and I needed to get out of here, which I laughed so hard when someone said that I was a B-leaguer, because I'm not even close. In fact, I am pretty strongly a D-leaguer. But I went back to watch the goal because we do have live barn at that place. And in my head, I remember it being a pretty good goal. But when I watched it back on tape, I'm like, that's just terrible. Like it just happened to be that I scored, but really it was no skill of my own. But on top of that, the next game I played in, somebody was bitching about another guy on our team, saying that he was a ringer. And the reason that it made me pissy is because they were beating us by like 3 goals. And our ringer had no goals. So we were losing and the ringer had no goals, but they were bitching at us nonstop about this. So my thing is this: everyone thinks, at least I feel like everyone thinks that they should be the best player in their league. Like if you're better than me, then you're a ringer and you don't belong here. But if that were the case, if you were the best player in your league, then you would be the ringer. So my thought is this: 1, you absolutely cannot bitch about a ringer if you beat the team that the ringer is on. Like, just don't cry about it. You beat them, so clearly you're better than they are. But 2, you also have to understand the difference between a ringer and just some of the better talent in your league.
Yes.
So let's stop calling everyone a ringer and understand that sometimes you're just not the best in your league, but that doesn't mean that the people better than you are necessarily belonging somewhere else. If we had all the same exact skill level players, it probably wouldn't be nearly as fun. And again, there's always going to be a range in your league. So, save the bitching about ringers for the guys that are really, really way too good for the league and don't belong there.
Listen, I'm glad this is why you're pissy, because I've been wanting to talk about this and I keep forgetting to bring this up because our tournament season's coming up. So I obviously get a lot of questions around this. Now listen, I've ran 300 team league over 5 cities. So I've been in the middle of these conversations way more than I'd ever care to be. And I get it. From every side, I get it. But you hit the nail on the head. The fact of the matter is that in a division, just like in the NHL or any athletic competition, there's one team is going to be better than another team. In a division of 6 teams, one team's going to be the best, one team's going to be the worst, and the others are going to be in the middle. Now the goal as a league provider, or now a tournament provider, is I want parity. I want people to feel like they have a chance every time they go out. And I understand that there's guys that are way better that play when they're not supposed to. But I also know that there's guys that are just better than me, but not better than everyone else in the division. And so I get a lot of questions on tournaments like, how do you do ringers and blah, 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 blah. And it's literally subjective. Like a referee's call, it's subjective. And I get that everyone's going to have a different stance. The person that gets beat is going to think it's a ringer. The team that has the ringer is going to think it's not a ringer. So you have to go with someone that's in the middle that can look at it objectively and say, you know what, here's what I think. And the hard part is you have to be able to accept what that ruling is, right? And so for me, like at my tournaments, I can remember even like last year, I'm watching a championship game, right? And it's in the last 3 minutes and it's a tied game. It's like 3-3. And there's a minute, 47 seconds, something like that. And a defenseman literally skates around one guy, winds up from about top of the circles and scores on a clapper. And that was it.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was been watching the game. Like he didn't score all the goals. That was the one thing he did. And after the handshake line, we go out there and we're given the medals. And a guy from the other team skates by and goes, "You talk about ringers, that's your fucking ringer right there." And I'm like, it was a 4-3 game. I watched the game. He's just a regular skater. And I know the guy. Like I know the guy that scored the goal. I'm like, the guy is not a ringer. Like, he can skate. You're not in the bottom division. You're in the top of the lowest division. So it's not like complete guys that can't skate. And it was a 1-goal game. Like, I don't understand how that's a ringer, right? He was just better. Like, he just walked in and scored a goal. Like, he didn't go coast to coast. He beat one guy and wound up and then found the back of the net. Like, that's hockey. And so I get this a lot. And you're right. Everyone, if they're better than you, then automatically they're a ringer. And it's just not the case. Maybe it is the case, but it's not the case 90% of the time. They're just better than you are. A lot of people better than me. If I thought everyone that was better than me was a ringer, fuck, everyone in this fucking earth would likely be a ringer. Like everyone in the draft experience, fucking ringers. Oh, look at all these fucking ring arounds. How'd I get stuck in the ring around in the lowest round here? Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be, I've watched enough now. Like I can look at someone skating and be like, this is an upper level player. Like you can look in the first 2 strides and know, right?
Yeah.
And so, I get it. Like there's a lot of people that came in late and I was like this when I first started too. Like everyone was a fucking ringer, sandbagging piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. But as you go on and you realize like, okay, they're decent hockey players, but they're not game breakers. They're just better than me. But on the flip side,
100%.
But on the flip side, counterpoint. This is the counterpoint. I also have people that contact me and go, "Oh, I got my buddy. We're playing in the lowest division. I got my buddy. He's a B leaguer. This is a D league team. Can I have him on my team?" No, you can't. Well,
No,
why not?
Absolutely not.
It's like, why can't I? Like we want to play with our buddies, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. He's not gonna score. We're just gonna put him on defense. I'm like, okay, Yeah, cool. So you put the best player on defense, so when all these D-leaguers come in, he just shuts them down, doesn't give them a shot to score. And I know just as well as everyone else in this fucking world that if the game's close, at the end of the game, he's going to go score a goal. He's going to go score because he's way better than everyone. So, you have to have teams. When I say no sandbaggers allowed, I mean, I don't want sandbaggers. I want all the games to be, if every game was a tie, I would be perfectly fine with that as a tournament director, because that would mean that I made the perfect divisions, but I'm not perfect and it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. I mean, look, in 1981, Team USA beat the Team Russians. Like, upsets happen. All right. So even the best teams don't always win, but you can't just bring a guy down like 3 or 4 divisions and say, oh, he's not gonna affect the game. He's just gonna play defense. He just wants to play with his buddies. Nah, that's stupid. I've been around the block. If you want to play with your buddy, then play up. Why should your buddy run the experience of everyone's because you don't want to have a bad experience playing up? That's how I feel.
Yep. No, and I 100% agree on that. And like you said, even me as someone who hasn't been around nearly as much hockey as you have, I can still tell when a guy is an upper league skater or not. I was at just an open public skate, right? It wasn't hockey or anything, just people out skating. And there was a guy teaching a young kid, I think it was like his younger brother or maybe like his nephew or something, to skate, and he wasn't really skating hard because he was trying to teach this kid. But I could look at him and be like, "Oh, that guy's a really good hockey player," just by the way his feet move. You could tell that he knew exactly what he was doing, how he was skating. But for me, the thing is, if you can control the game all the time when you're on the ice, like if you're on the ice, you can just control everything that happens. You're a ringer. If you're on the ice and you can make a play or two, that doesn't make you a ringer. Just makes you the kind of the top of that division. And like you said, every division is going to have players that are good and players that are not as good as they are. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to move up. And I can assure you, when I got called a B leaguer, it was by someone who was in the lower end of that division, like they were just skill level wise in the lower end. And I've never beat 2 people up the ice in any game I've ever played. So I'm definitely not a B leaguer or a ringer for that. But yeah, it got me thinking, and I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Can we see the goal in question?
Yeah, absolutely. I have it downloaded. I'll you want me to upload it to Twitter and tag you?
Yeah. Let's do that. So that was a good.
I got it, and I can tell you when you watch it, you're going to be like, yeah, that's not a ringer goal for sure.
Well, I do have one comment on ringers. Jeff Peck is a ringer. That's my comment.
Agreed. In most tournaments, for sure. But anyway, all right. What else on the docket today? So yeah, I hear that you've made an appearance on a popular app where people can pay to get some video messages from you. Is that right?
Yeah, I am now on Cameo. And I even say I don't know why I'm here. I just had some people tell me that they wanted me to go on Cameo so they could order some messages from me. And I was like, or you could just pay me straight up, or I would probably just do it for free. But they said, no, get on Cameo. And speaking of Cameo and recording stuff, I was also on a podcast just here recently, not my own, called Men Behind the Mitts. Go check it out. They asked me just basically about the BLPA story. I really think when they reached out, they were just like, this guy has so many gloves. We got to do the show's called Men Behind the Mitts, and he has a bunch of fucking mitts. But bunch of good guys, good show. Go check it out. Great. I thought it was good. I mean, we just talked about me, so obviously I thought it was great, right? But yeah, I'm on Cameo. So I did get my first job, a cool $7.50 in the bank. So what are you gonna do?
Don't spend it all in one place.
No, maybe I'll get enough to buy myself a mystery box.
So were you asked to cut somebody or what?
One guy's
birthday message. What was it?
Well, one guy, it was just a pep talk. It was just a little pep. Okay. Hold on, let me see if I can play it. I mean, there is some foul language in it. Let's see if I can play it here. It was a pep talk to everyone's favorite ringer, actually. You would know him as Big Dad. Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear this?
It's family day up here in Alberta.
Got nothing.
Bros are basically your family.
Now?
So
Nope.
I got a request from Kyle,
All right.
Tiny Dick Thornton.
Well, I'll just send it to you. Basically,
Okay.
I was told to tell Kyle that he has a small penis, a shitty beard,
Okay.
and
That's fair.
and ask him why he can't stop talking about his favorite city in Buffalo. So it's basically just me chirping people. All
right,
so
I like it.
And I'm
that's
here.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for the people, and I'll do it. But I think it is a perfect platform if you need to cut someone from your team, but you're too chicken shit to do it, or there's no, maybe not even chicken shit. If you have some issues cutting someone from your team, because maybe it's Jim's son, and Jim's son is a dick, and he just represents you bad, and you can't do it because of politics, because you and Jim have been playing together for 40 years. Well, guess who doesn't give a shit about Jim's feelings? Me, right? And if the guy needs to go,
Yeah,
he can go. And now we have an outlet to do it.
Fuck Jim.
You know what I'm saying? Now we have an outlet to cut Jim's son. His name will probably Jim's son, Buzz, is his name. This motherfucker Buzz just running around. I mean, he's out there trying to fucking drop mitts with 70-year-olds. So obviously, Buzz needs to go, and I'm the one to do it.
Yeah, Buzz,
Jason,
get the fuck out of here.
Jason's the one to do it too. We can even tag team this Cameo. That's what, $375 a piece. We'll do it. We'll cut someone for $375 a piece.
Yeah.
You got to pay $10, but Cameo takes their cut. Then this is what we get. But people ask me to do it, so I'm doing it. Odd to me that people would want me to Cameo stuff, but who am I to complain? I'm just out here living the life of an international beer league playboy.
Yeah, giving the people what they want. The people ask for it, you give it to them.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't played hockey since Iceland, so it's been almost a month.
Okay.
I'm getting antsy. I need to get out there. I mean, because I got a bunch of hockey coming up in the next, not this coming weekend, but the next one. 4 tournaments in a row. 4 of them.
Yep. I'll be at 2 of them.
You'll be at 2 of them. Lake Louise, and then Omaha, where we're trying to get the live podcast going on Sunday night, and then Boston, and then Colorado Springs BLPA Bash. So I got a lot of hockey coming up. I need to get this ticker back in. Even though my ticker's in good shape, I need to get it back in hockey shape, so I can be out there just fucking with these leopard skin gloves, which I haven't got yet, but I hope someone gets them for me for my birthday. Wink, 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 wink. All right. Okay, let's end it on this one, because we didn't do a podcast last week, and I did want to talk about this. Olympic hockey. Or just Olympics in general.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Olympics?
I didn't watch a ton, but I did watch some for sure. I didn't watch any men's hockey at all. I watched a decent amount of women's hockey, and then some curling, and then there was some figure skating on that was in the background of what I was doing, so I watched a little bit of that.
What Olympic sport a winter sport do you think you'd be the best at?
I think it's got to be curling.
I mean, here's what I need to get that old boy that looks like a beer leaguer on this fucking show.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, that dude, 100%.
I mean,
the long hair with the hat. He's got when he goes down in that stance, you see the gut just kind of hanging out just a little bit, right? Like, he's still an athlete, an adult athlete, but he's not in that peak performance shape like most other athletes. But he just looks like a beer leaguer.
Yeah, he does. And the whole group really looks like a beer leaguer. And I want to have him on. I've never curled. But I think I'd like it. I think I'd have, I like shuffleboard at the bar, and it's like a big shuffleboard.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at it.
So there's a bar. Yeah, there's a bar here in Nashville that has like 4 curling lanes. I think when the Dex is here, me and you need to go do some curling. Yeah.
Well, what are you going to be? Are you going to be the stone thrower? Is that what they call them? Because they have the sweeper.
Yeah. I think I would want to be the guy pushing the stone for sure.
My wife's grandmother said, she watches curling religiously, curling and Major League Baseball. My wife's she's like 85 years old, and she's like, on the Olympics, hey, this should be all they do is a bunch of drunkards back in the days. They just get drunk, go do some curling. And I'm like, well, have you not seen Team USA? That's what they do.
That's exactly what they look like.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they're drunkards by any means, but for a fact that, oh boy, with the long hair, as soon as, in between stone throws, he's going out and having a fucking natty light and a dart.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking up the terms right now. Backline. Okay, I know what that is. A biter is a stone that just touches the outer edge of the circles. Got us a biter. Okay. Blank end.
Got us a biter here.
Yeah, blank end, an end when no points have been scored. Bonspiel, a curling competition or tournament. Brush, obviously we know what that. Burned stone, a stone in motion touched by a member of either team. Can't do that. They're removed from play.
Can't do that.
Button is the circle at the center of the house. Hammer. The team
on the button.
Yeah, on the button. You know what the hammer is. They got the last stone to throw. A hog stone is a stone that doesn't reach the far hog line. And the hog line is a line 10 meters from the back of each end of ice. Whew, boy, there is a lot of fucking words to learn here. So, yeah. Whew. And it's a long one. We're going to curl. We're going to do some curling in Nashville. Maybe we'll do a podcast. I'll get some wireless mics.
Yeah.
And they can. I don't even know what they yell. I don't even know what they yell. Like I just see it in passing. I don't even know. I know they're yelling. So
maybe we should watch some YouTube videos to get the lingo down
for sure.
Before we do it, so that we can be professional.
Yeah, for sure we will. But I you know what I've always wanted to try, the skeleton. Even though I don't like
scary.
Yeah,
shit.
I know, but that's why I want to try it. Even though I would be scared of it. Maybe I'll just get like a VR skeleton. Maybe they have to have like, you go to the mall and they have like those VR machines that you sit in and they move. Maybe they have a machine for skeletons, and it makes you feel. That would be really fucking rad to do. I think.
Yeah. Have you seen the picture? Somebody posted a picture of like people standing at the bobsled curve to show like what the actual angle of that curve is, and it's basically just vertical.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane.
You can ride bobsled here in Calgary at Windsport where they did the Olympics. Yeah, they have a bobsled.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I've sat in the bobsled that was outside. It's tight fit. But they do have a bobsled thing. So if you ever come to Calgary, maybe we'll do that too. But really, the thing I want to talk about the Olympics is this whole Russian doping thing. It's just out of fucking control, I think. And at the end of the day, like obviously, didn't they win? They won gold in 2018, and they couldn't compete as Russia, but they could compete as Olympic athletes from Russia or something to that effect. They couldn't wear the flag, but everyone knows they're fucking Russia, right? They're Olympic athletes from Russia,
right?
What fucking country are they representing? Well, they're from Russia, so and so I'm just like, why the fuck? And it's money. I know the answer. But why don't you just fucking kick Russia out? Like grow some fucking stones and be like, listen, you guys you're cheating, you're doping, you're fucking done until you can come back and not dope. And this isn't a political show. It's just like, these are the rules. Like this 15-year-old skater, figure skater this year that obviously was taking grandpa's heart medicine or something. I don't even know what it did. But I know that they kicked a chick out of the last Olympics for testing positive for marijuana and said she couldn't race, an American lady. But then this Russian figure skater can go ahead and compete. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why can't we just fucking grow some stones and boot old Russia out? And obviously there's probably some money for sure, but maybe there's some political connections and, anger. I don't know. But I just think if it's an amateur stuff and you have rules, you got to play by the rules. If you don't play by the rules, you get fucking kicked out. So why, if they're not playing by the rules, why aren't we kicking them out? All of them. Every single one of them. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. So I probably have a different opinion on this than you do. But first I'll touch on the chick from the sprinter from USA that got kicked out for marijuana.
Yep.
Like, at what point do we stop calling marijuana a fucking performance enhancer or whatever you want to call it, right? Like, it's legal in like 30 states or some shit like that. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. She definitely should have been able to compete. So like, I'm 100% on board with there. But as far as like the doping goes, this is probably a very unpopular opinion. Most people don't have the same opinion as me. I don't care. Like, when it comes to like Barry Bonds, I was just having this conversation with someone the other day. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
Me too.
100%.
Me too.
Yes, he did steroids, right? Like, he was never caught. That he never failed a test. But everyone with a brain can look at Barry Bonds' physique over the years and say, yeah, at some point he was doing some sort of substance that made his head bigger, which we think is probably steroids, right? But Barry Bonds was one of the greatest hitters of all time prior to that. Like, the dude was insane. He had something like 7 MVPs before any of these things were going on. But in my opinion, we should just stop testing athletes for performance enhancers and just let them do whatever the fuck they want. It's their body.
Yeah.
I don't care if you tear your body up. Like, if that's what you want to do, if you want, to do these things to give yourself an advantage to be an athlete, you have to live with those consequences. I don't. I just want to watch the best sport possible on television. And at the same time, you shouldn't have to do them. But to me, it's like, I just don't care. I think they should just let everyone do whatever the fuck they want, and the chips fall where they may.
All right. And listen, I am 100% on board with you. My argument was not that. It's that if there's rules, then how can they allow some to break them and some not to? I am all on board.
Yeah, and I
do what you got to do to be the best.
I agree with you there for sure.
Like Barry Bonds, like,
right.
I don't give two fucks what anybody says. If I cranked myself full of fucking roids and got massive, I could not hit as many home runs as Barry Bonds. Just couldn't.
Not even close. I probably still would. I could do steroids and probably still not be able to hit a major league pitcher at all. Like, to actually, and I played baseball growing up, not a college athlete like you, but I still wouldn't be able to hit the ball from a major league pitcher. Like, I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, because there's more that goes into sports than just your physical body. And will it help? Will it help you hit more home? Like, if I could hit 20 home runs, would it help me hit 30 or 40? Maybe. But at the end of the day, I got to be able to hit 20 home runs first. And Barry Bonds could. There's a mental approach that comes to pro athletes. Like, I've talked to a lot of people that played in major leagues, NHL. I've talked to a lot of people that have been paid to play sports. And I always ask them the same question, like, what sets an NHL player apart from an AHL player or a Major League Baseball player apart from a AAA player? And it's the attitude and the want to and the determination to not let all the other shit get in the way and to go out and be the best and do it. And like, I talked to Matt Donovan, who played for the Nashville Predators, he played in the Predators organization in Milwaukee, but he played for the Islanders. And he told me, he said, there's a lot of hockey players that were so much better than me growing up, so much more skilled, so much more talent, but they didn't have the work ethic. They didn't have the determination. They got into girls or they got into alcohol. They didn't have the mindset to become a professional athlete at the top of their game, right? And so while performance enhancing drugs, I'm sure, help you be better, you still have to have that skill, So all I'm saying is make it a level playing field for everyone. If you're going to allow people to take performance enhancing drugs, let's fucking go. I want to see someone hit 150 home runs in a season. That would be fucking awesome, because what people don't remember, or they probably do remember, they just don't give a fuck, is that nobody cared about baseball anymore until Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds started fucking crushing dingers. And that's just the fact of the matter. I love the sport. Maybe I'm not a traditionalist. I do like Chipper Jones, never took steroids, and that's cool. I get it. He had all that talent. He didn't have to. But the fact of the matter is that the game got exciting again when fucking Sammy Sosa and McGwire and Barry Bonds were just fucking every other bat ripping fucking dingers. And that's just a fact of the matter. So if we're going to do it, let's do it. Let Bonds in the Hall of Fame. Is McGwire in the Hall of Fame?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of them are.
That-
Sosa, McGuire.
Let all Roger
Bonds,
Clemens and Roger Clemens came out and said, "I don't give a fuck," but I know he does give a fuck. But he said, "I don't give a fuck about being," let them all in. I mean, it was a part of the game. You never disciplined them for it. So how can you say it's like, hey, listen, I know that you are eventually going to commit murder. I'm going to put you in jail right now. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Or I know you were thinking about committing murder, so that you should go to jail anyway. We never caught you. We don't know that you did, but we think you did. So you're going to jail. Like, you can't fucking do that. That's not right. So, I'm on the same fucking
page. And you
page.
nailed it. You nailed it because, like I said, I grew up playing baseball, right? Like my whole life, and I liked going to baseball games and stuff like that. But I never really sat down and watched baseball on TV as a kid. But when McGuire, Sosa, and Bonds were hitting dingers, every night, and there was this big race for the home run title. Like, I remember being like, "Oh, I got to be home at 6 o'clock because McGuire's playing, and I gotta watch it to see if he gets one tonight." It made baseball so much more exciting.
It did, and you know what? Like, I watched the Braves; they were on TBS, so I could watch them all the time. And the Cubs were on WGN. But those are the games you watched. But when that home run shit was going on, you found a game, and they were on all the time, and you watched it. Like, you actually sat down and watched it. I would only cared about the Braves, but when the home run stuff was going on, I was watching it all the time because I wanted to see. Like, fuck, I wish I could hit a ball that far. I wish I could hit home runs and I just think that you're right. Like, Jose Canseco was the same. Like, he obviously was. He came out and said, "Yeah, fuck, I was fucking doing everything, just fucking injected into me," and he was exciting too. And so I definitely think that if you're gonna let someone do it, you gotta let everybody do it. That's one. And two, like, if athletes want to take performance enhancing drugs, they're in a fucking performance fucking a career. So let's just fucking let them do it.
Right.
Like, let's see what if it's a business, right? If it's a business, then you can't really say, well, we're gonna limit this business, because as a businessman, I would want a fucking lineup full of dudes that could crush fucking dingers, because you know what? Dingers are gonna fill the seats. As much as I love pitchers like Greg Maddux and Smoltz and those guys, Randy Johnson and Roger Clemens and Kurt Schilling, they're exciting too. They were. They're not as exciting as fucking a game with 15 home runs. Sorry, that's facts.
Right.
That's facts. So.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I just wish that if they're going to let the Russians cheat, then let's let everyone cheat. But if they're not going to let people cheat, then why are they letting the Russians continue to play? That's all. That's my takeaway from the Olympics. For me, it's just the people that run the Olympic. What's his name? Like Dick Pound or something like that. If Dick Pound can't fucking get up to stop the Russians, well, fuck,
Yeah. Dick Pound's just not getting it done, apparently.
Dick Pound cannot get it done. Maybe he needs a performance-enhancing drug. It's called Viagra. All right. Okay, let's end this. My wife is taking me for a staycation for my birthday. So me and my wife and my little guy, we're going to go stay in a hotel, because my little kid loves Chicago, but he doesn't love, well, he probably loves the city of Chicago, but he loves the DoubleTree in downtown Chicago where we stayed, and it had a 65-inch TV right next to the bed, and so that's all he ever talks about. So we have a hotel like that in Calgary, so we're gonna go stay there for my birthday. So let's end this with a mailbag session from the BLPA. Excuse me. Okay, first one. Kyle Thornton. Not a question. Tell Jason a good co-host doesn't miss weekly recordings. Okay, well, we're trying to find the producer. God, fucking just threw that fucking shade at you, did he? Hey, well, if you want me to chirp this guy, you can find me on Cameo and I'll chirp shit at him. Katie Klausbach. Sorry if I pronounce it. If not chili, what is something else I could wrestle Jeff Peck in? This girl wants to wrestle Jeff Peck in chili because he said that one guy came out and said, if I win the Super Bowl, he played for Cincy. If I win the Super Bowl, I'm going to take a bath in Skyline Chili. And Jeff said, fuck, I'll take a bath in chili right now. And so this girl now wants to do chili wrestling with Jeff Peck. But I think that would be kind of gross.
Okay.
You get chili and all your you
I
get
would
chili and
think
all your dirty reasons.
pudding would be.
Ooh, chocolate pudding.
Yeah, I think pudding would be a better.
Chocolate and
better
vanilla,
option.
like swirl pudding. Oh, bud, that would be something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Pay-per-view, Katie and Jeff, swirl pudding. The swirl pudding pounding. Let's go. All right. What's the one jersey number you never want for yourself and why? Bonus points if the reason isn't the most hated player. This is from Alex Mater. What's one jersey number you do not want to wear? I'll say it. 69. I'm not wearing fucking 69.
Yeah.
I mean,
69, 99, 66.
But,
like you, I think you can put all three of those in there.
But the other ones are because of player. I'm trying to get the bonus points here. 69 just because, listen, fuck, I love 69ing. I get it. I like sex, I like boobs, I like vagina. I like all that stuff. But I'm not where I just think it's hilarious that I'm wearing a sex act as a number on the back of my. I don't get it. Right? That's okay. Yeah, funny, hilarious. Everyone else laughs at you.
It's not funny anymore. It was funny in high school.
It's like funny when you first see it. Like if you came out, Jason, wearing a 69 jersey, I'd laugh the first time, but then I got the whole season. Like you'd be like, wow, it's just not fucking 69. What's the big deal? You know? I don't know. But other than that,
I think that's the appropriate answer.
Yeah. I mean, I've worn 99 before, so I guess I can't say I would hate to wear it. Yeah. I mean, I
think we still get bonus points. Like I don't hate Gretzky. I just don't want to wear 99 because I don't want to be that guy. It has something to do with like I don't like Wayne Gretzky. It's like everyone kind of agrees that's the number you don't wear. So I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, but I'm good enough in beer league to do it.
You know, but what? I mean, it doesn't come down to good enough, right? Because usually those guys are the biggest benders. But I guess the question is like, there's so many kids coming up now that never saw Gretzky play. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. I never even watched. I watched Gretzky as a passer. I didn't even like hockey, but if it was on, I was like, oh, that's Wayne Gretzky. He was the best player in hockey. But like they're not going to know. So why can't they wear 99 now? You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to be beer leaguers. Like they don't have reverence for that number. It's like how many people have stopped wearing 3 or 5 or 7 because Ruth DiMaggio Mantle? Nobody. Right? They just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, it's like, fuck, like now 99 is just a number, really. It's just a number. Like, I mean, it's funny. I like to laugh at people that do it that are my age because they know. But like, if I saw like in 15 years, if I saw, you know, fucking Buzz, old fucking Bill's kid that we fucking kicked out on Cameo. If I saw him coming up wearing 99, I'm like, well, fucking Buzz, just don't know, man. Like, what's the big deal? So, okay. Let's see. Now that you're 40, why is the 40 plus league so stacked? I'm not 40. All right. I'm not 40 till Tuesday. So I'll answer that question on the next podcast. When Nick comes to Buffalo, will he try a real wing place with Buffalonians? I've been to Buffalo. I've tried the places. I've tried, fucking Bar Bill. I've tried Duff's. I've tried Gabe's Gate. Love them all. But so I'll try another one. I'll fucking eat. If you're asking me if I'm going to eat buffalo wings, the answer is my heart only has mild signs of plaque from my stress test, so I can eat some fucking buffalo wings. Yeah.
But we agree we're not eating blue cheese.
We're not going to eat blue cheese. Listen, I'll respect, this is a positive podcast. I'll respect the cultures and traditions and eat them with no sauce. But if I'm going to eat sauce on my wing, it's going to be, I'll try blue cheese because it's buffalo. And I will go on the record and say Bar Bill makes homemade blue cheese, which was pretty. It wasn't horrible. But you know, I'm a ranch guy. That's just the way it is. This is from Tim. Yeah. Who is the best Dex sandbagger? Who is the best Dex chirpologist? And finally, who holds the record for fastest beer slammed at a Dex draft party? Well, that's me. And now I'm retired, so I'm not going to defend that title. Who's the best Dex sandbagger? There's not really any sandbag. There's been some people that got one over on us and not on purpose, I don't think, but they're in the top round now. So, I mean, you know, the best.
Scott Leslie got you for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Fucking Leslie, bud. Well, you guys got me. Don't pin this on Scott, bud.
That's true.
You guys set this up.
Right.
You know, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I wasn't even there, right? I wasn't even at this one. Right? Wasn't that with 17 when I was when my wife had a baby, so I couldn't come? Yeah. So you didn't get it over on me.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Who's the best
But we did get it over.
You did. That was a fucking, hey, smooth move. Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. All right. But the key is you can't get mad when I catch you cheating and change the fucking rules. So you can't cheat. Right. That's the deal. Fair. Who is the best dextropologist? I don't know. Like I haven't really heard any really good. I would say Kyle Thornton. Like I've heard him fucking chirp some people, and it's pretty. No, he's got some pretty good chirps. He's a fucking mouthpiece for sure. But I don't know. Like I think Tim is asking this question because he says he's the best chirpologist, and I haven't really heard Tim chirp on the ice, so I don't know. Okay. Have you heard any good chirps? Yeah. Have you heard any good chirps at the Dexes?
I mean, Frankie's a pretty good chirper. I don't know if you heard what set Brad Marchand off with Tristan Jarry, what he said.
Yeah, didn't he just say how about that save right here or something?
How about that fucking save?
Yeah.
When Frank saw that, he sent me a message and was like, if I was in the NHL, I'd be getting punched every game.
Yeah.
Because that's Frank level chirping for sure.
Well, yeah, listen, I've been chirped by Frank many times, but let me tell you this story about a time in Nashville. And I was coming in. So, that's all. I just go back. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Good save. But remember this one time, Frank? The thing about it's like in baseball. It's like in baseball. I just have to beat you once. Doesn't matter. I could go 1 for 4 with a dinger. I still hit a dinger. What are you going to do? You could Frank could fucking shut me down the rest of my fucking life. I already got him. I'm already in that head. Yeah. So what's the big deal? And then Tim also said happy birthday. So thanks, Tim. Kel Crum, is Buffa Dex keeping the wing theme, or is there another theme in the works? It's wing theme. Like we had a Dex going in 2020 and COVID shut it down in Buffalo. And we're just now getting back to it. And we already have jerseys designed for all the famous wing places. So we have to do it. We have a ranch jersey. So we got to keep the fucking, and it's got like fucking drippy ranch all over. It looks like semen, but whatever. It's ranch. That's that one. So Kel, thanks for that question. Lauren Fleming, talk about storing gear. Stop storing gear in your truck, especially in warm weather areas. You all nasty. I like to dry my shit out. And I wear unders, so my sweat doesn't, I don't think my stuff stinks as bad as a lot of people's that I've smelled, because I wear like complete under, like leggings and long sleeve shirts. So you? Yeah,
I don't wear unders, but I don't think mine smells as bad as a lot of people's out there. And I just like my car, so I just take my gear out of my car every time I get home, because I don't want my car to smell. Because I don't think mine smells as bad as some, but it's still hockey equipment, so it doesn't smell great.
Exactly. Okay, any progress on more Canadian Dex dates? Hey, we got 5. We got to fill those up. Like they're not solid right now. We've got a couple registrations for each, so if we need more Canadian dates, we need more Canadians playing with us. Lauren Fleming, how many of us share a birthday with Nick Fleehart? She raised her hand. Hey, Lauren, happy birthday. Happy Super Tuesday. How do you respond? This is from Matt Miller. How do you respond to the happy birthday day post on Facebook when it's your birthday? And how do you feel about this as a customary practice in general? This is a good question.
I don't have Facebook, so I'm like the opposite, where like I got like 2 Facebook text or 2 happy birthday text messages on my birthday that weren't like immediate family, because I don't have Facebook, so most people don't know when my birthday is. So you'll have to answer this one. Yeah,
well, I mean, it's really easy. Obviously, it shows when it's your birthday, and sometimes people get notifications, and you can just wish people a happy birthday with one click. Just say, post happy birthday. And I appreciate all the people that take their time out, of course. I super do appreciate that, but it is too, and I feel bad because I don't do it, because there's just so, like, I have like 3,000 friends. Right. So that could be 10 birthdays a day that I would have to, and I'd feel bad. Like if I wish Jason a happy birthday, but I don't wish Tom a happy birthday, like how is that gonna, and I feel bad about that. And I used to do, when people would wish me a happy birthday, I'd make it a point to comment to every single one, thank you. Really appreciate it. Then that just took up a whole day. It took up the whole birthday. I was like, happy
Yeah.
birthday. All right, well, I'm going to spend my day saying thank you to you guys. And so I don't know. I like it. Obviously, everyone likes to feel like people recognize them. So I love when people reach out, but I want people to talk to me every day, not just on my birthday. I want you to message me and say, hey, what's going on? How's it going? So how do I feel about it? I feel it's awesome because people feel good when people recognize them. And I would love to recognize everyone. It's just impossible for me you know what I'm saying? Like it's so hard for me there's 23,000 people in the group. If I had to say happy birthday to everyone every day was their birthday, I wouldn't be able to do anything but say happy birthday to people. But happy birthday. Hey, if you have a birthday this year in 2022, happy fucking birthday. So,
Yeah, absolutely. From us to you.
I fucking nailed it. Right? Work smart, not hard.
Yep.
Best chirp you've heard or said legitimately made the opposition laugh. I think when we, in the last, my last podcast, we had a chirp called, we called people butt babies. And be like, butt baby? Like, you're a fucking butt baby. Like, what fucking butt baby? I'm like, what, fucking born out of your mom's butt, you piece of shit. And I think that was generally one of the most creative, funny ones that we've had. Right? Like, you're a fucking butt baby.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I can't. I do chirp, but I can't think of any good ones. Like, I don't think my chirps are that great.
Most people go with, oh, you're fat or you suck at hockey. It's like, okay, I know. Like, what? Okay, cool. Like, you be creative. Tell me something I don't like. Like the one guy fucking, right. we're beating the fucking brakes off this one team like 10-2, and old boy fucking starts fucking shoving me. So I just fucking face wash him. Right? It's like, cool. And we both go to the box. Whatever, sit in the box. And he's like, you fucking suck. You're fucking fat. He's like, you're the fucking worst player on your fucking team. I can skate fucking circles around you all day. And I'm like, okay, fuck. We're beating you by fucking 10 goals, bud. I'm the only person you can skate circles around out here. You know, good one. What are you gonna do to me? Like at least be creative. Like, you can't say you're skating circles around me when you're getting beat by 10 goals. Well, fucking go out there and skate then, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Piece of trash. How do I know if you have goalies for tourneys, and should I not sign up if only upper? The goalies is such a hard thing with draft. Like, if you want to play a goalie, sign up. If you don't get picked, we refund you. And basically what we do is we just try to pick the goalies that are closest to each other in skill level. Like, we're not looking for only high-end goalies, and we're not looking for only beginner-level goalies. We're just looking for the goalies that match each other, because if we have a really high-level goalie and a bunch of beginner goalies, it's not fair. Or if we have a bunch of high-level goalies and one beginner goalie, it's just not fair for not only the goalies, but the team that is playing with them, right? And so, you know, if we have like 4 or 5 beginner goalies and we have 6 teams, we try to find a 6th beginner goalie. Like, that's just the way it goes. It's not perfect. It's not the bad. I wish we could. I wish we had 30 teams, so we got 30 goalies. But, you know, we're limited to the number of players that sign up. So I would say if you want to play, Bruce, come play. Pond hockey, decks, or a bash. Yeah, we're doing both. Like, we're doing an outdoor one in Lake Louise. We did an outdoor decks in Philly, and now we're working on a pond hockey. Like, we have an opportunity to host our own pond hockey tournament, and I think we're going to take it. So we're working on that for sure. So last one, and then we're going to get out of here. This is from Keto Mike. Is this an advertisement? Ask it on air. I double dare you. All right, I did. This is an advertisement, and I'd like for you guys to go and listen to our show and share it and get more people in on this thing, because this is the most positive fucking show in the whole fucking realm of beer league. So share it, like it, love it, buy our merch, support us, come to tournaments. Hopefully we'll see you on the ice. Jason, anything to add before we get out of here?
No, I think we covered it.
We need a producer. Be a producer.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, you can find me on Twitter, Nicker Jones, at Instagram, the Nicker Jones. You can find him over at Twitter at Beer League Jason. You can find all of our stuff on every social media channel, the BLPA. We love you. Go buy some VIP boxes or some other merch. Be good or be good at it.